I am Abayomi Ademi, and I will be host for today's program. Well, it's going to be an exciting one because we'll be discussing about Osun State, the state of Osun. You know, celebrating the 33 years old of our dear state, and we'll be talking about a little bit of history of Osun State, and comparing the Osun State of then and now, and as well, talking about the achievements of the present administration. So we're talking about all these things. But I'm not in the studio alone. I'm here with my guest. He's a retired permanent secretary of the Ministry of Education, Osun State, the person of Mr. Kola Buhari. He's our guest today, and he's going to be helping us dig deep into Osun State at 33. Well, Mr. Kola Buhari, good morning, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yes, and how are you feeling today?
I'm quite all right.
That's good. Well, celebrating Osun at 33. I mean, it's a big thing. It's a big thing, actually. Coming from a year old, 2 years, 3 years, up to a decade, up to 2 decades, and now 3 decades and 3 years. I mean, it's a great blessing. It's a great thing. But Mr. Kola Buhari, can you tell us a little bit of the history of Osun State?
Thank you very much. Osun State, which was formerly the Osun division of Oyo State then, was carved out of Oyo State on Friday, 27th of August, 1991. And immediately after that, Colonel Leo Ajiborisha was appointed by the then military government to come and pioneer the establishment of the events in Osun State. He came down, and I think he did his bit. And thereafter, the civilians came in, what I would call pseudo-civilian military sort of thing. So then partial democracy came in, and the late Adeleke became the first executive governor of the state. And that was 1992 to 93. He spent about 3 months, less than 2 years, after which another military man came over. Then another military, it was then, after the military in 1999, in 2003, 1999, the military government of Bangui, handed over the reins of government to Chief Bisiakade, who became the next civilian governor. And that was 29th May 1999 until 29th May 2003. Thereafter, another election was conducted, and I think Prince Olagoshoyilola, he won the election as a governor, and I think he governed for 7 months. In fact, some 1, 2, 3 months, less than 8 years before Engineer Rauf Adesajari Bishola came on board after he won his landmark Supreme Court judgment to become the authentic governor of this state. And he ruled for 8 years and handed over the batons of governance to Alhaji Isiaka Adeboye Oyetola. That was 27th of November 2019. And then he also reigned or governed for 4 years. Then this present governor, Senator Ademola Jackson Nuruddin Adeleke, came on board. That was 27th of November 2022. And here we are. I think it's about some few. It's about a few months away from 2 years now. And I think so far so good. There's a lot of happening, but summarily, I think we have had the good, the bad, and the ugly, as the literaturists will say. We have a lot of things to point at. Is it in governance? Is it in education? Is it in health? Is it in agric? Is it infrastructure? Is it human capacity building? Civil service. Despite all the hogwash in the country, generally, I think Osun State still prides itself as about the best civil, prides itself of having the best civil servants. Yes, because I've been a witness to it, and they do a lot of things. The present governor has done so well so far, especially in areas of infrastructure, education, and empowerment of people, and the welfare of workers, as well as retired officers.
Okay, now, sir, how would you describe the Osun State of then and Osun State of now?
Well, of then, well, I don't know. When you say that, well, we've had enough. We have had some quite a long time,
Exactly.
more than 30 years. A 30-year-old child is no more a kid.
Exactly.
Yes, that should be an already a family man, I will put it. Yeah, I think when we started, because I came in, I was then a head of department of Obakibi High School 2, or Remeji Makola Ibadan. And I think I came on board January 1992 because I didn't want, because there were glimpses of signs of, I'm sorry to say, but the people were thinking probably Osun indigenes were blocking their chance of advancement in their careers. So I said, look, the only thing I have is my head, my stuff. Let me go and put it down. Yes.
That's about 32 years ago.
Yes, about 32 years ago. If I was getting to 33. So I said, okay, let me go down to my state, because that is the only thing I can give to my state is my brain. Let me go and teach there. So I came down, and I think I was posted to Fakulé Comprehensive High School, where I taught, and eventually, I think I won the best teacher in the state, and I was made a vice principal there till 2000, when I was posted to Iwo Grammar School as a principal, and I was there too. You know, when you look at it all the way, not only me, I mean generally, people have sacrificed a lot. Then, including this OSBC, right? When they came, they were at Ife. Some of them were sleeping inside vehicles. They sacrificed so much, you know, giving the evidence of their serious and genuine patriotism and commitment to the development of their state. And I think kudos, I give them kudos. Those of them that have gone, I think they have landmark to show for it. And may God rest their souls. And those of them that are still alive, retired or serving, I think they deserve kudos. They've sacrificed a lot, just like others as well, civil servants, teachers. And things were quite okay in the sense that the cost of living there, of course, there's always a spiral development in economic development generally all over the world. But I think it was then, especially looking at the school system, there was discipline, what we call discipline. There still is, but there's a little bit difference now, you know. But I'm happy this state government is trying to bring it back, the seriousness and discipline in schools. And each and every one of us have contributed one way or the other to make Osun what it is today. And I think we still have a lot to do, because life is continual. You cannot reach the peak a day. Just like human lifespan, you begin as a toddler, you end up, you may go up to 100 or more years old. So you continue to develop, you continue to improve. And I pray we shall reach there one day.
Amen. Yeah. Okay. Well, if you are just joining us, we are talking about Osun at 33. And you know, I mean, for a state to clock 33, that means it has gone through so many things. And that's why we have invited our guest, Mr. Kola Buhari, a retired Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Education of Osun State, to help us dig deep into this focus for today. Well, sir, I know you're not a politician, but from the perspective of a civil servant, I mean a committed civil servant that perform his duty diligently up to the level of retiring, how would you describe the politics of Osun State?
First and foremost, let me chip in this, I won't say correction, but addition. I'm permanent secretary, stroke tutor general.
Okay.
So it's just by sheer grace that through Governor Adeleke at that time, who happened to steer to severe out of the double situation of getting in permanent secretaries, conducted exams, and those of us principals who were qualified as far as our level was concerned, level 70, we took part in the exams, and 3 of us were chosen that time. Myself, Chief Bishesa, and Mr. Mokaila Adisa. So I won't say I know so much about, typical civil servants will know much about politics because they deal directly with the politicians.
Exactly.
I've always been a teacher. I'm still a teacher, and I'm going to be a teacher. Even if I come back 10 times, I'm still going to be a teacher. Well, we are all political beings. The politics of when we started was a bit, I would say mild. Let me use the language mild, but I think it's becoming rough. That's the truth. Maybe because of power. We have PPP, power, politics, program, and policies. Power is the ultimate, as Lyndon Johnson said. Power is the ultimate, as far as a politician is concerned. Because with power, there is hardly anything you cannot do, especially anything that has to do with mundane things. But I think I will advise the politicians for now, to play it according to the rules. After all, you want to serve us, right? I think those of us to be served are rather to be so agitated and care so much. But if you want to serve me, you should show evidence of why you want to serve me, how you want to serve me, where you want to take me to. The roles I have to play, because life takes two to tango. You are a leader, I'm a follower. There are areas of my duties or responsibilities I have to perform just as you have yours. So I think the politics now is getting a bit hot and heated up, and I believe they will take it easy.
Right. Now, celebrating Osun State at a trade, I mean, it's really a big deal. I mean, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. Now, would you say we've, achieved some certain goals? I mean, okay, let's take it now from the educational sector to the infrastructure sector to the health sector. But first, let's start with the education sector. Would you say that we've achieved some certain goals? I mean, celebrating Osun territory, it's a big deal. So would you say we've achieved some certain goals in the educational sector?
Well, to a large extent, I would say so. You see, education itself is not just a question of paperwork. Yes, education is the development of the total being. And, Osun State is not alone. It's not exempted, because what I've noticed is that education in Nigeria generally is about paper qualification. And that's why people go all out to do just anything to have that certificate. You find out that, even recently you find out that some people at the federal level who have been the service of federal government employment, they are going to be thrown out because they have fake certificates. It's not their fault. We dwell so much on certificates. Rather, they should dwell on your performance, the qualities in you, your talents, your gifts, your skills, your elements. But here you have certificate. So you can have somebody who has a first class and may hardly be able to write a sentence correctly. Just because you need a certificate, so you go out for it. So I think education-wise, we've gone a lot. If you look at national level, Osun State indigenes have been excelling. Even at international level, yes, we've been winning awards. And of course, to honor in honor of the country at large, but specifically the state. You have students writing exams, JAM level, coming among the first tops, among the first best results at JAM level to enter university. The same thing with AEC. We've been doing that. A school even right here in Osogbo, I don't want to mention it so that I will not be advertising that school. Even a school right here in Osogbo, they have their students having the best AEC results 1 or 2 years ago. And we have many others like that who are also doing very well. So I think we are doing well, but there are areas we need to improve. And we have infrastructure. Infrastructurally, I think Osun State has developed very well. But the infrastructure is just like a church or mosque. What makes a church is not the building, but the human beings there. So if you want to have the best education, get the best teachers in terms of qualification, train, retrain them, and then take care of their welfare so that they will be able to put in their best so far. And that will replicate that in the performance of the students' exams.
I just say, the welfareism of the teachers are not being...
The government is trying, but it's still not enough. It's not because I'm a teacher. You see, teaching, there are 3 professions that they are not professions as such. They are callings. Teaching is a calling. Medicine is a calling. Then you go to the church or mosque, it's also a calling. A calling in the sense that it's something you do, you don't look for mere mundane reward. You get that satisfaction when the results of your efforts come out. In fact, for example, there's hardly any time I go even outside the country. You find my former students, old students, where they are proud of me, I'm proud of them, and I feel so satisfied that God has used me to impact positively in the lives of some people. So teaching, you cannot pay no matter what they give to teachers. It will not be enough to adequately compensate for what they put in. Just look at what teachers do in schools. For example, you have 1,500 students. If the teachers are not enough, how do they control them? That is one. 2 is that the parents, that's members of the public, they should also imbibe the fact that they have a role to play at home, because education is both formal and informal. The informal one starts right from the child's birth. So if you don't perform your parental duties well, it is going to be difficult, because it will going to be material that is a raw material which is not raw enough. Going to give it to the teachers. How do they mold such a person? And you have some parents or guardians who may not want their kids to be corrected or disciplined. And because they are influential, in some cases they go to the extent of making sure that the teacher is embarrassed, either through the authorities at the government level or through the security agents. They shouldn't be. They should give them when you give somebody power, authority should be added to it. So I think that is the area. The welfare in terms of their take-home. In fact, teachers should be given special allowance, apart from the normal minimum wage or whatever. They should be given special allowance, They sacrifice so much in terms of moral of bringing. A teacher is a father, is a mother, is a medical doctor, and is a guardian as well. And he or she also has his own responsibilities at home as a mother or as a father, as a wife, or as a husband. So you're adding that to yours. So it means you have to sacrifice a lot, and it takes a lot of energy and time. So they should give them something that will make them happy, so that they can do their job better than we are doing. They are doing well. If you compare vis-a-vis what they get, what they take, and the effort they are putting in, I think they are still doing well. So I implore the government to improve upon their welfare.
Okay, still in the spirit of celebrating Osun Territory, what would you say about the infrastructural sector?
I think we are lucky in this state, in the sense that right from Chief Bisi Akande, you know, the secretariat we have here is about second to none in the country.
Wow.
If I remember Chief Olusegun Obasanjo as a president then, when he came down here, he asked Chief Bisi Akande where he got the money from to put up such a very monumental structure from the peanuts that we get monthly. So he started it, and then come to Adeleke last time. He also did very well. He opened up the roads into the rural areas. The township roads were improved, dualization, and putting aesthetic values to them. And Oyetola did his best. He improved. He continued with what Adeleke did. He continued from where he stopped. And the present government is doing. This government is doing very well. You know, the Osun State has been turned to construction site, and I pray all those areas will be completed, so that we will be happy for it. So infrastructurally, I think we've gone far, but we should try and complete whatever we start. That's my advice.
Okay. Sí àwọn èèyàn tó ń bẹ nílé, ohun tí a ti ń sọ láti àárọ̀ ni pé nípa ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun tí a jọ ń ṣe àjọyọ̀ ọdún ẹ̀ẹ́tàlélọ́gbọ̀n wa, àjọyọ̀ ẹ̀ẹ́tàlélọ́gbọ̀n wa. A wá pè àwọn bàbá wa, olùkọ́ni ọ̀mọ̀wé Kọ́lá Buhari, wọ́n jẹ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwọn ti retire, àwọn ti fẹ̀yìntì, àwọn ni permanent secretary Ministry of Education Osun State tẹ́lẹ̀, wọ́n ti fẹ̀yìntì báyìí. Wọ́n la fi wá pọ̀ pé kán bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ lórí àjọyọ̀ tá à ń ṣe yìí. Ṣé ó tọ́, ṣé a tó lẹ́ni tó ń ṣe àjọyọ̀ yìí gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun? Ṣé a tó lẹ́ni tó ń ṣe àjọyọ̀ ẹ̀ẹ́tàlélọ́gbọ̀n yìí? Ṣé a ní àwọn tí a lè náwó sí pé tá a lè tọ́ka sí pé òkè àwọn ribiribi tí a ti ṣe nìwọ̀nyí tó yẹ ká máa ṣàjọyọ̀ nípa ìdí ìta fi pè wọ́n? Bàbá wa, a máa fẹ́ kẹ́ bá wa sọ ní èdè àbínibí wa fún àwọn èèyàn tó ń bẹ nílé. Ẹ bá wa kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti díẹ̀ nínú bí ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ẹ bá wa kọ́ sọ fún àwọn tó ń bẹ nílé.
Mo rántí pé ọjọ́ Ẹtì Friday, ọjọ́ kẹtàdínlọ́gbọ̀n oṣù kẹjọ ọdún 1991 ni wọ́n dá Ọ̀ṣun sílẹ̀. Mo rántí torí ìjọ yẹn àṣẹ kúrò ní school ìjọ yẹn, torí tíṣà ni mí ní Ọba Kíbi high school 2 Mọ́kọ́lá Ìbàdàn. So àgbà yẹn ní Ọ̀ṣun ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹpẹ Kọ́nẹ́lì Ajíbóyè ti fẹ̀yìntì, òní wọ́n yàn pẹ̀kọ́ ajá alákòóso nílẹ̀, léyìí tó jẹ́ pé òun ló bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ó sì túkọ̀ bí oṣù 3 sí 4 ní a fi gbé ìjọba fún àwọn alágbádá. Mi lè pẹ́ lálágbádá lọ torí sójà sì wà lókè, ìlàjì alágbádá, ìlàjì ológun, èyí tí olóògbé Bisi Akande Adeleke tó jẹ́ ẹnì kọ́kọ́ tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí executive governor ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun. Wọ́n bá ìgbà tó lò yẹn bó dẹ̀ ṣe pé lábẹ́ sójà ni ó gbìyànjú tá alápẹ̀rẹ̀ rẹ̀ tó ṣe ń gbà yẹn, torí pé táwọn ìbò pẹ̀lú reforms ní civil service ó ṣe tó sì tó ń hàn dì sí ní àǹfààní ẹ̀ àti ìdàgbàsókè rẹ̀. Lẹ́yìn yẹn ni àwọn sójà tó gba ìjọba láwọn Abacha, kó tó wá di pé wọ́n gbé ìjọba fún olóyè Bisi Akande gẹ́gẹ́ bí gómìnà nígbà yẹn ní ọjọ́ 29 oṣù karùn-ún 1999. Ó sì túkọ̀ rẹ̀ di ọjọ́ 29 oṣù karùn-ún 2003 kí ajagunfẹ̀yìntì ọmọọba Ọlágúnsóyè Oyinlọ́lá tó fi gba ìjọba. Ó sì ṣe bí ìgbà díẹ̀ dín lọ́dún 8 kó tó di pé ní olùmẹ̀rọ Rauf Adésọjí Arẹ́gbẹ́ṣọlá fi gba àkóso. Ó gbàjọba ó sì ṣe lọ́dún 8. Ó gbìyànjú gan tó ó tún àwọn ojú ọ̀nà ṣe, ó sì àwọn ojú ọ̀nà tó tún tó jẹ́ pé gbígbà tí yàn sí ọ̀nà lẹ̀ ní àwọn gbèríko tó jẹ́ pé ẹ̀rọ okun fi lè jáde wá sí ìgboro. Then ìgboro gan ọ̀nà bí abala méjì nǹkan kan tó tún fi tó ń jẹ ojú gbèsè tó ṣe sí táwọn ìbò ń pè ní aesthetic values kó tó di pé Oyetola náà dé. Oyètọ́lá náà sì gbìyànjú gan torí níbi Arẹ́gbẹ́ṣọlá láti dúró lò náà ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ó sì tún ṣe ìtẹ̀síwájú gan pàápàá jùlọ nígbà tí nítọ́jọ́ mẹ́tò health that is ìlera ó gbìyànjú gan so òun àti àwọn development tó tẹ̀lé kó tó wá di pé ìjọba tàwánú rẹ̀ náà bẹ̀rẹ̀ lẹ́nu ìgbà tí ìjọba èdè òun náà ti gbìyànjú gan torí tẹ́ bá wò ẹ́ rí i pé nígbà tá a ti sọ Ọ̀ṣun gbogbo Ọ̀ṣun di construction site ni gbogbo sàṣà ní ìlú tẹ́ dé tẹ̀ rápẹ̀rẹ̀ tẹ̀ rọ̀wọ̀ rẹ̀ nípa ìjọba náà yes ó ń gbìyànjú gan àkọ́kọ́ náà tá a bá ní ìdàgbàsókè ìtẹ̀síwájú ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú àlàáfíà peace torí ní gbogbo Nàìjíríà yìí lè rò pé a tún ní state tó wà as peaceful as Ọ̀ṣun tá a wà yìí kí ló sì fà á àfẹ́jàgídíjàgan kálukú ń ṣiṣẹ́ rẹ̀ àsìnbájọba fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ ìmọ̀ra wa ń jọ tí kì bá ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹ rí i pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn states wàhálà lẹ́mọ̀ bọ́ṣá adúpọ̀lọ́ Ọlọ́run pé tí a ò rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ìyẹn ló mú ìtẹ̀síwájú ọba nípa infrastructure development yẹn so far ó pé a gbìyànjú ṣùgbọ́n ó kù náà nìbọn ró ni a máa sọ torí pé kò sí bí a ṣe lè sọ pé òun ti dàgbà tókè tó jẹ́ pé ní kò ní kù síbì kan màá kàn rọ ìjọba pé gbogbo tá a bá dáwọ́lé pàǹṣẹ kọ́ lọ́ọ́ jẹ́ ká parí rẹ̀ so that kọ́kàn wọ́n balẹ̀.
ìdáná ọ̀mọ̀wé Kọ́lá Buhari ṣé àwọn àwọn sọ pé atólẹ́ni tó ń ṣe àjọyọ̀ ọdún ẹ̀ẹ́tàlélọ́gbọ̀n ìbáyìí nípa àwọn ribiribi tí ṣé atólẹ́ni tó ń ṣe àjọyọ̀
ṣe wọ́n pé àwọn
ṣe náà wọ́n ta lè tọ́ka sí pé àwọn tó múnú yàn ń dùn.
náà mo sọ ẹ̀rọ kí wọ́n sọ tó tẹnìkọ̀ọ̀kan pé Àkàndé secretariat Oyinlọ́lá òun náà dá àwọn ó dá yunifásitì lẹ̀ ó ṣe ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nǹkan bàtà àwọn kókó dìsìn tá à ń jàǹfààní that's my jell for life ó dá school lẹ̀ yunifásitì bó ṣe pín àwọn kan dá àwọn kan ní ọ̀dá bó ṣe mọ̀ pé tí à ń bá ń jẹ tẹ́nìkan ò jẹ kódà bó ṣe pín yẹn tù mí o fẹ́ mi o bí o tiẹ̀ sí nílùú mi lẹ́dẹ̀ láwọn tó pín universities ọ̀dùpá ẹ̀kíní sí síbẹ̀síbẹ̀ mo fọwọ́ sí torí pé school kò sílùú tí agbègbè tí tertiary school wà tẹ́ni rápẹ́ nípa ọ̀rọ̀ ajé wọn nípa àárà àwọn ilé in fact ní ẹ̀dẹ́mi gan àwọn high school tó wà ló jẹ́ kí ìdàgbàsókè wà gan àwọn ilé tí ò ṣe tẹ́lẹ̀ wọ́n ti tún ṣe gbogbo wọn ti di ibi táwọn ọmọléèwé ń gbé àwọn lecturers ń gbé wọ́n tọrọ ajé wa ṣe ìlú náà ń gbòòrò àwọn èèyàn rówó ná wọ́n rí lò so quality of life náà to improve so tá a bá wò lẹ́yìn pé gbogbo ilé àlàáfíà tó ń jọba yẹn ó jẹ mi lógún gan àlàáfíà tó ń jọba ló ń jẹ́ ká lè máa tọ́ka sí gbogbo táwọn wí torí pé láìsí àlàáfíà yẹn lè rojú ráyè ṣe kankan á ní àwọn state bíi 1 or 2 báyìí ní ìfẹ́ dárúkọ ipa àlàáfíà ọ̀farora ń bẹ̀ tí bá tẹ gbogbo òkè ọya yẹn pẹ̀lú terrorism gbogbo ẹ̀ kò jẹ́ kí wọ́n lè dàgbò ní bí àwọn gómìnà tiẹ̀ ní èrò gidi láti ṣe gbàtọ́ bá sí ìfọkànbalẹ̀ báwo ló ti fẹ́ ṣe ẹ̀sọ́ ìyẹn jẹ́ àkọ́kọ́ lẹ́ẹ̀kejì ní pé àwọn infrastructure tá à ń rí bí mo ṣe dárúkọ pé yunifásitì àwọn ojú ọ̀nà tí wọ́n sí àwọn health facilities different governors àti tí present governor tó ń ṣe lọ́wọ́ ó tó láti dúpẹ́ fọlọ́run.
All right, considering what our guest, Mr. Kọ́lá Buhari, retired Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Education of Osun State and the Tutor General of Osun State, considering what he has rightly said, that means it is worth it to celebrate Osun at 33. I mean, looking at the infrastructural aspect, looking at the health sector, looking at the educational sector, I mean, it is worth it to celebrate Osun at 33. Well, due to our time constraint, we won't be able to go further than this. But first, I want to appreciate you, Mr. Kọ́lá Buhari,
thank you very much
for coming on our show.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming on our show.
Okay.
And also, I also appreciate people behind the success of this program, starting from our cameraman and up to our producer, Shola Guleye, our supervising producer, Adesoye Awodeji, and also our executive producer, Adeola Adebayo. I want to say thank you for making sure that this program is a success. Well, I still remain your host, Abayo Nademi. Join us tomorrow, same channel, same time, for another interesting edition of AM Cafe. For now, I'll say good morning.
My favorite time. You just had a great workout. It's time to cool down, everybody. You ready? Here we go. Gentle and easy. Wow.
World. But there's one cuisine that is loved above all in the good old US of A. There are no less than 59,000 Mexican restaurants strewn across the country. And in a quiet corner of Brooklyn, there is something special. This is Claro, the chef, T.J. Steele.
Claro is a Oaxacan-inspired restaurant. We do kind of a modern New York take on some Oaxacan classics.
A side of rice, a blue corn tortilla, a bevy of mushrooms, homemade chorizo, fresh-made cheese, a splash of spicy salsa. I know what you're thinking. Tacos. But this is not just a classic Mexican meal. Every mouthful tells the story of human history. Each of these ingredients, the grains, meats, cheeses, fruits and vegetables, reveals another chapter in our shared story. Together, they symbolize 12,000 years of innovation, invention, selection, and serendipity known as the Agricultural Revolution. For the vast majority of human existence, we were nomads. In pursuit of the next meal, our ancient ancestors roamed the earth, seeking ample game and bountiful flora. We harnessed the power of fire to cook our meals. Then, for 100 centuries, we endured and survived a global ice age. So, how did we get from this frozen world to Taco Tuesday? Charlotte Lusty is a member of the Global Crop Trust, working in Svalbard to preserve the last 12,000 years of agricultural history.
In the early years of agriculture,